Welcome back, Chatfield Geometry students. We are moving on in our chapter on circles here. We're going to have a very similar section to what we did on our previous lesson in 10.2. We're going to talk about the area of a sector today. Again, it's going to be a pretty short video because all we're talking about is, in the same way we did arc length, we were looking at a picture such as what you see on the screen here. And on your picture on the screen, you see this shaded region. Well, we found the length of this arc last time. Today, we're going to find what is the area shaded in blue there. What is that shaded region's area? So the question that's basically being asked is, what fraction of the circle is the sector? Same thing we did with the arc. We said, what fraction was it? And then we found a fraction of the circumference. Well, now we're going to do the same thing with the area. We're going to say what fraction of the circle is this and find the area of it. So let's look at our one and only example for the day. So you see the picture here at the bottom right of your screen, and that has a 300-degree angle and a radius of 20 inches, and it wants to know the area of this section, this sector of the circle. So it's a good portion of the circle. It's not quite all of it. So let's go ahead and start calculating how we can find the area of all of this region if we are given that that's a 300-degree angle. In other words, the arc is 300 degrees and your radius is 20. So just like we did with our homework last time, we're going to find what fraction of the circle is being represented. 360ths of the circle. So you simply put your degrees over 360 because that's the fraction of the part of the circle that's being used. And we times that by the area of the circle because that's what part of the area we're finding. So let's go ahead and do a couple little pieces of math here. First of all, 300 over 360, I can reduce that down into 30 over 36, and I can divide both 30 and 36 by 6, making it 5/6. So it's 5/6 of the circle is shaded. Now we just need to times that by the area of the circle. And area is pi r squared, and your radius is 20, so the area is going to be 400 pi. Because 20 squared is 400, and we leave our answers in terms of pi. And last time I did this same thing where I put it 400 over 1, just so that we can start thinking a little bit more about our fractions. All right, so here's our multiplication problem we need to do. 5/6 times 400 pi over 1. And again, we're going to continue to talk through the steps of dividing and multiplying fractions. When you multiply fractions, you can reduce before you multiply. 6 and 400 can both be divided by 2. So I get 200 pi on top and 3 on bottom. There's no more I can reduce, so I multiply straight across. 5 times 200 is 1,000 pi. Over 3 times 1 is 3, and then we always finish with a proper label. We're talking about area of a sector, so therefore our label needs to be in square inches because it's an area problem, so we label it in square units. So for you calculator people, you can leave this 300 over 360 as a fraction in your calculator if you want to, and just do 300 ABC 360 and times it by 400. Once you calculate the area to be 400 pi, we're going to do the operations on 400. We're just going to have a pi in our answer. So you can just go ahead and do 300 ABC 360 and times it by 400. And that can get you to 1,000 pi over 3 square inches. So in order to find sector area, it's exactly like we did with arc length. Arc length was a fraction of the circumference. Area of a sector is a fraction of the whole circle. We can't find an area of this awkward sized shape on its own. we have to find what's the whole circle and what fraction of the circle is that and multiply them together. All right, good luck.